Let's jump right into this explainer because today we are unpacking a story that is literally unmatched in the world of sports. We're talking about the absolute theatrical roller coaster of extreme highs, devastating lows, and the ultimate redemption of the Argentina national football team. This isn't just about a sport, it's about national identity, immense, crushing pressure, and a 120-year narrative that's going to keep you absolutely gripped. So let's get into it. Here is our roadmap for today. Section 1, Dawn of La Albiceleste. 2, Glory in the Hand. 3, the 28-year trophy drought. 4, the ultimate rivalry with Brazil. And finally, 5, the redemption of La Scaloneta. All right, starting off with Section 1, Dawn of La Albiceleste, the early years. Now it's wild how early Argentina established their sheer dominance on the pitch. Way back in 1902, they played their very first official match and just crushed Uruguay 6-0. Then let's fast forward a bit to 1924, when winger Cesario Anzari did the unthinkable. He scored a goal directly from a corner kick against the reigning Olympic champions. Since nobody else touched the ball, the play was dubbed the Gol Olimpico, a term that, crazy enough, is still used worldwide today. And by 1930, they were already competing on the biggest stage, reaching the final of the very first inaugural World Cup. Which brings us to Section 2, Glory and the Hand, the Golden Era. Before we hit those really major peaks, we've got to talk about La Albiceleste, the light blue and whites. First worn in 1908, this classic striped jersey became so deeply intertwined with Argentine national pride. Whenever you see those stripes step onto the pitch, well, you expect passion, insane skill, and absolute drama. So here's the crucial point. In a really concentrated burst of brilliance, Argentina secured 2 distinct World Cup titles, but under 2 wildly different philosophies. The first one came in 1978, on home soil, under the tactical guidance of Cesar Luis Menotti, completely led by the goals of Mario Kempes. Then, in 1986, under the meticulous, totally win-at-all-costs perfectionist Carlos Bilardo, they captured their second title in Mexico. 2 totally opposing managerial styles, right? But both resulted in ultimate global supremacy. And honestly, nothing captures the sheer drama of that 1986 run quite like Diego Maradona. After scoring with his hand against England in the quarterfinals, he explicitly admitted the infringement, famously dubbing it the hand of God. Then, literally just 4 minutes later, he scored the goal of the century, dribbling past half the English team. Coming just 4 years after the Falklands War against the British, this wasn't just a match. It was this profound national catharsis, totally etching Maradona's name into immortality forever. But then we hit Section 3, the 28-year trophy drought, the Dark Ages. Because in football, steep peaks are often followed by agonizing valleys. For 28 agonizing years, one of the most talent-rich nations on earth could not secure a single senior international trophy. This devastating drought cast a massive, heavy shadow over multiple generations of world-class players. And the pressure of wearing that jersey, it began to feel like a literal curse. It really wasn't that they were a bad team. It was these agonizing near misses that just broke the nation's heart over and over again. In 1994, they looked unstoppable until Maradona was expelled for ephedrine. In 2004, a stoppage-time equalizer from Brazil led to a devastating shootout loss in the Copa America final. In 2014, a gut-wrenching extra-time loss to Germany in the World Cup final. And then, consecutive Copa America final losses to Chile in 2015 and 2016, both on penalties. That 2016 loss was so deeply painful that Lionel Messi actually temporarily retired from international football. Moving to Section 4, the ultimate rivalry, Brazil, Battle of the South Americans. To truly understand the weight of Argentina's history, we absolutely have to look at the push and pull with their ultimate regional rival. Brazil holds the definitive global advantage, right? They've got 5 World Cups to Argentina's 3. However, Argentina absolutely dominates the continent, boasting 16 Copa America titles compared to Brazil's 9. So it's this fascinating tug of war between global supremacy on one side and regional dominance on the other. And when you ground this Battle of the South Americans in hard data, the historic deadlock is staggering. Get this, across 111 fiercely contested matches, Brazil has exactly 1 more win than Argentina, 43-42 with 26 draws. This statistical razor's edge proves just how incredibly matched these titans are. Every single time they step on the pitch, history and pride completely hang in the balance. Over the decades, the momentum has swung brutally back and forth. In the 1990 World Cup, a totally battered Argentina somehow survived a Brazilian onslaught before Claudio Caniggia scored a late winner. But in the mid-2000s, Brazil exacted their revenge. They broke Argentina hearts in that 2004 Copa America final and then dominated the 2005 Confederations Cup. But keep that 2021 match in the back of your mind, because that is where our story reaches its ultimate climax. Which brings us to Section 5, Redemption of La Scaloneta, a new golden age. The catalyst for this modern resurrection actually came from the most unlikely source, Lionel Scaloni. Initially appointed as an interim coach in 2018, he was heavily criticized by the media for lacking experience. But he quietly united a totally fractured squad, implementing a system that finally brought out the absolute best in Lionel Messi and his teammates. The fans definitely felt the shift and affectionately named the project La Scaloneta, basically comparing the team to a reliable van driving forward together. And the crescendo of their redemption happened in 3 distinct, jaw-dropping steps. Step 1. In 2021, they marched into Brazil's Maracanã Stadium and won the Copa America 1-0, finally shattering that 28-year curse. Step 2. In 2022, they achieved immortality in Qatar. And Step 3, just to prove it wasn't a fluke, they secured a record-breaking 16th continental title in the 2024 Copa America. But the absolute pinnacle of this era, That has to be the 2022 World Cup final against France. It's widely regarded as the greatest football match in history, and for good reason. It was a true heavyweight bout. Lionel Messi scored twice, but France's Kylian Mbappe answered with a stunning hat trick, tying it 3-3 after extra time. It all came down to a penalty shootout. Goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez made a miraculous, absolutely crucial save, and Gonzalo Montiel buried the winning penalty. That 36-year wait for global glory was finally over. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought. After enduring almost 3 decades of heartbreak, to suddenly conquer the world, defeat their fiercest rivals on foreign soil, and secure back-to-back continental titles, is the Scalonetta era the greatest, most dramatic turnaround in sports history? Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll leave you to ponder exactly where this breathtaking narrative stands in the pantheon of sports legends.